on my daily list, the way I thought of this was literally it was like when you start to feel out of sorts, you can often trace it back to not doing something on this list. So some of the examples were like take medication, go to work if it's a work day, eat meals and snacks that include a variety of food. So my list, I'll read you some of them. I put go to work if it's a work day, because I there is a result from like there is an emotional result from if I don't go to work. Um, Take meds in the morning. I don't know why taking meds is so hard, but it's hard. Brush my teeth. I haven't done that yet, and I'm gonna be thinking about it until I do. But it's weird because it's not like I can just like I don't just. It's not easy to just go and do it. I think I have the energy to do it today, but eat or have food accessible, because if I feel out of sort, like, oh, I don't feel good. Oh, did I eat? Oh, that's might be why I'm out of energy. Um, Change my clothes. I I I want to change my clothes every day. Um, and so if it's 3 p.m. and I'm in the same clothes as the day before, um, I'm probably not feeling good. And I don't know. Sometimes it's really even just like the underwear for me. It's like I broke into the next day somehow. It's almost as if like if I don't change, it's like I don't even like have another day. It's just like this continuation of glob, like days don't exist or something. Um, yeah, taking meds is obnoxiously hard. I was able to pull out all five different medications before I hopped in the shower, and took them before I hopped in the shower, so I was able to give it some time to kick in, which is probably why I'm like extra talky. So that's also going to be a thing in the morning. But it's probably why it's a good thing for me to have a morning stream. It is what it is. And I also put sit up for at least 30 minutes, because there are days that I don't leave my bed. Um, but I intentionally, so when I was like unemployed from August through February, I was in my bed all day every day. I really wasn't doing. And I per like purposefully bought like one of those like back pillows to like help you sit up or whatever, in bed, so that like I would sit up, so that like if I had to be in my bed, at least I was sitting up. Um, and so that's why I put that on my daily list. Like I want to make sure that I sit up at least for at least for 30 minutes if it's that bad of a day, because if I haven't sat up yet, like it's kind of like when you're sick in the morning and your parents are like, "Oh, just get up and you'll feel a little bit better." And it's like usually cuz like you're all snotty cuz you were sleeping at night, and so it really is kind of worse in the morning, but it's not. It's just cuz you didn't like get up to let it like run out of you. And so I think that I'm recognizing that like that's super valid for me. Like I can't just get up and go to the bathroom or something. Like I have to sit up. Yeah, my posture is trash too. I'm sitting here with a pillow, because Steven has the nicer chair. But there's this neat office chair at this place that I might go grab. It's just large and my desk is small. So the next page in this is daily maintenance plan, dreams and goals. I'll just show you quick. And so it's a place where you list the things that you would want to be in your daily plan. So I would on my must do list, I put eat. On my dreams and goals, I put consistent healthy meals. There's a difference. Um, on my dreams and goals, I put daily vitamins and then journal or reflecting in the morning, because that's uncomfortable, but it's something that I would like to do, to like have a morning reflection. And then have any of these pages seem like, oh wow, I'm in therapy right now? No, it's literally like mindfulness. Like, what do I need to do to exist well for the best of my ability? Interesting. It's really interesting. So this page is, do I need to? Make a reminder list for yourself of things you might need to do. Check each day to ensure that you do those things. Sometimes, do the sometimes things to keep yourself well. This list can help you avoid a lot of stress that comes from forgetting occasional but important tasks. My first one for this was make sure my medications are refilled. Refilled before the day that I am out. Refilled before the day that I have one day left. Refilled before a Friday afternoon. I just went Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday without my Vyvanse because I did not call the moment that I realized they didn't deliver my Vyvanse. They delivered the rest of my meds, but not this one. So then they had to fax the doctor, but it was a Friday night. And so the doctor on Monday never got back. And then on Tuesday they got back at 3. And then my meds came Wednesday. Buying groceries, because it sucks to eat, but no matter how many like times that like I have to stop not having food here just because I believe that I suck at eating. Like, I still have to have food here. So for like a reminder list, like I need to at some point, like, you know, do a scan and make sure that like if I decide that I have the energy to eat, if I'm really gonna try to eat, like, do I have something that I want to eat? Because if I don't, like, that makes it all the harder. I put be mindful of making sure that I have journaled within a week, or journaled, brain dumped, something to like have been able to put all of the things going on down on paper. I have so many different brain dumps, and it's not like, so we can talk about journaling and brain dumps another time, but when I refer to journaling, I refer to literally just like bullet points of thoughts or ideas, essentially anything that my brain is trying to tell me, so that I can be like, look, I wrote it down, you don't have to tell me. And usually it quiets a little bit. Another one was make sure that I have clean clothes. So when we really suck at doing laundry and I wake up in the morning, I'm not excited to shower because I don't even have clean clothes to put on. So why would I even do that? And so then it's like, to even accomplish my daily, you know, changing is like, I don't have clean clothes, so why would I even do that? So that's why this like sometimes list is really important. I also put make sure that like my work schedule matches, because I can be super detail oriented and I can still no call no show like I did my second to last day at NAMI, because I completely didn't realize it, didn't have it in my calendar for whatever reason, whatever happened. Now, they didn't call me, so it wasn't until the next day that I walked in and they were like, you know, call no showed. And I'm like, I've never done that in my entire life. Like, if you would have called me, I would have been shocked and like been there right away. I genuinely didn't mean to. So then the next page, the tab is now yellow instead of green. And this page is called triggers. But triggers, okay, so I'll just read this because it explains what it wants to be, for what you can think of the word trigger as. So write down those things that, if they occur, might cause an increase in your symptoms. Simply put, things that, if they occur, might cause an increase in your symptoms. That is what a trigger is. You don't have to have PTSD. You don't have to have severe depression. That was when I learned that I am allowed to call finances a trigger for me. Because when I start thinking about money, my brain goes haywire. And so while money has never hurt me, I've never like not eaten because of money. Like, I haven't gone through like severe poverty. I've always been able to eat at least. But whatever happened to make this kind of reaction, like it is a trigger, and I have to recognize that. It goes on, it says, these may have triggered or increased symptoms in the past. It may be hard to think of all your emotional and psychological triggers right away. Add triggers to your list whenever you become aware of them. It is not necessary to project catastrophic things that might happen, such as war or natural disasters. So, like, tornadoes trigger me. If those things were to occur, you would use the actions you describe in the trigger's action plan more often and increase the length of time that you use them. When listing your triggers in this spot, write those that are more possible or sure to occur, or which may already be occurring. So the first thing that I put was family gatherings. Because I am white, and my family is white. And I don't even want to say any other words to offend or make people feel a type of way, but I hope that you understand what I mean by that. I put financial concerns and mistakes. I put intense social justice issues occurring because of my addiction to the internet and social media. Regardless of if I'm just scrolling and trying not to engage in some of the posts and stuff I see, reactions and emotions definitely come from it, regardless of what I want to say. And then this was interesting, but so on the example side, it said being yelled at or aggressive sounding noises. So that was validating for me, and I put aggressive or intense sounding noises are a trigger for me because, yeah, it's interesting, but I just know that, like, I completely, like, I've become very sensitive to sound. I don't know. I think it's because I want to pay attention to my brain more, and so then when there's a loud sound, I'm like, hey, stop. So then this packet just kind of goes on. So there's like a trigger action plan for things that you can do for your triggers. Early warning signs. So like, I struggle to connect mentally. So not like tense or heart palpitating or anything like that. I would have like a lack of motivation, or I can't take a full breath, or I can't, like, I'm just sitting here looking at you like, I can't brain today. Then the next page, it's getting a little orangier. Early warning signs plan. So things that, when you notice those warning signs, what you or someone else can help support you to do. Like, make sure to check in with people. Make sure to do these things. Little red now, when things are breaking down. So it's signs and symptoms of breaking down, i.e. feeling needy, being unable to sleep, sleeping all the time, using substances, chain smoking. The next page then goes into when things are breaking down, plan. And that's just like, you know, this is when it gets kind of into the, okay, I understand why it's a mental health thing. But again, like, literally, if every human filled out one of these things and just like had it filed away, like with your emergency numbers and all your health stuff, like, that would be legit. Especially for people who don't really suffer from mental health issues. Because then, like, if something does go wrong, like, we're literally prepared to help support, or we're preparing ourselves to get the support that we need. Because this now is a plan that you write the things that you filled out in the back pages, and you now put it into a plan for someone else to read. Signs that supporters need to take over. What I'm like when I'm well. List people you want to take over for you when your symptoms arise. Doctor's name, treatments that make me feel better, treatments to avoid, facilities I prefer. Don't take me to this hospital because they treat me this way. People to avoid involving. Don't call my dad because while I want him to know he's a huge that's not, Dad, don't watch. That was, I would never not tell you, Dad, so that's not that. Like, don't tell my best friend because they might end up right next to me in the hospital or something. Something like that. And then a crisis plan, home community respite care plan. Essentially, your care in a crisis that would allow you to stay where you like. Your family and your friends, would they be able to take turns providing you care? Could transportation be arranged for your appointments? Is there a program in your community? And then at the end, there's a few spots where you can put things that help. So like, let me pace, play me good music, just let me rest, leave me alone. Things others need to do, listen to me without giving me advice, help me to move, peer counsel with me, encourage and assure me. Things that don't help. And then it says, give your supporters information about how to recognize when you have recovered enough to take care of yourself and they no longer need to use this plan. So then that would be Britney Spears not being taken over by her dad forever. But Jamie Lynn Spears is a conservator now, so that's good. And then I develop this crisis plan, and sign and date. Thanks for listening to me read through this, but it's weird when I look at it and think about it as something like that I learned as like a mental health provider thing, and every time I open it, I just think about how useful it is for literally anyone. And I don't even want to be like put the mental health tag on it, because I feel like whenever you put a mental health tag on something, it takes away the normalcy. It puts you back into a group. It puts you back into people like us that do this, or whatever. And to acknowledge us as humans, to acknowledge that us as humans have emotions, and to acknowledge us as humans have emotions that we need to manage appropriately. I feel like something like this, no matter what it looks like or how it's written, is something that like every human should have the chance to go through. Like, this is something that like they should go through in school. I feel like however you would make it not seem like therapy, like if we were able to know what words we wanted to feel when we wanted to feel well, that in itself, like who knows what that would look like.